Am I the asshole for calling my sister out for fake accusations? Me 19 female and my sister 16 female went to a cosplay convention a few weeks ago. It was her first time, and we were together the whole time. I even went to the toilet with her just in case anything happens. I was watching her, talking to her and walking with her the whole 13 hours we spent on the convention. Recently, she posted a video on TikTok about how many times she was touched for hairs by the men there, which was a big lie. The longest and biggest interaction we had was a few words with someone else, or a picture or something. I talked to her about the video when I saw it and asked why she was lying about it. She told me to mind my own business, and accused me of not understanding her feelings. I did a duet to her video telling everyone the lies, and it resulted in her taking her video down, and now her friends are messaging me that I'm misogynistic and silencing her asking for help. I don't know if I'm in the right or wrong for calling her out. At the convention, she didn't ever mention that someone called her something or someone touched her. Nor did I notice. We had fun, and on the way home she told me how much fun she had. Am I the asshole for calling out her lies? Response 1. Not the asshole. The things your sister claimed happened to her are a real problem for people in the cosplay community, and it's not something to strive for. I get the feeling that your sister was hoping for some kind of validation at the con, by being actually groped, catcalled, etc., because it would make her feel sexy and desirable. And when it didn't happen, she decided to seek validation from lying on TikTok saying it happened, so at least she'd not only get pity from viewers, but with every person who believed her, that meant they must also agree that she is sexy and desirable enough to deserve such treatment. Not to mention those sweet views, right? Her accusations hurt real people who suffer from the trauma of these things actually happening to them, when all they want to do is dress up as one of their favorite characters and show off their awesome costumes, which often cost a great deal of money and can take an incredibly long time to make. Not to mention many cosplayers actually make their own costumes, and they take great pride in them. She may not have called out anyone in particular, but her lies are damaging. Nonetheless, she is most likely unintentionally spitting on the cosplayers have been brave enough to come forward about this issue, possibly costing them their livelihoods because they want to make it stop. I think you did the right thing, and probably the same thing I would have done. You were standing up for the men, imaginary straw men, but men, regardless, who go to cons and actually respect the cosplayers. And it's bad enough that those men have to exist in a negative light through no fault of their own, because of the actual sexual assault. Why? Misogynistic troglodytes who see cosplayers as objects to put their hands on. But now your sister made it even worse by adding fuel to a fire that was, unfortunately, burning just fine without her help. Again, you are not the asshole. You have integrity and know when and how to stick to your guns. Never change. Response 2. Not the asshole. It's good that you put a stop to it. That's a really common form of content that people make online, some valid, some attention-seeking. Either way, it usually results in a wave of addictive support and validation. That is to say, she may have internalized it as the normal thing to boast, after going to a convention and not realize the implications of what she has done. Like teens with good home lives who say they have abusive parents. It's fucked up, but comes from a place of wanting to fit in and feel community support. She's still an ass, but as your sister, she deserves to be able to grow from it. She's old enough to have a proper conversation about sexual harassment and why her actions weren't okay, and hopefully it won't happen again. Response 3. You claim she was lying about it all, but in the end, you admit that you just didn't see or hear anything happen. I've been to a lot of conventions, so I know you can't hear or see everything that happens to someone, even if you're standing right next to them. Is it possible that she was telling the truth, but didn't feel comfortable at the time to tell you or ask you for help? Is it possible that she mistook the attention for admiration and didn't realize it was harassment until later? I know a lot of people are saying you aren't the asshole, but they're assuming that she was lying, even though you've suggested at the end of your post that you maybe don't actually know if she's lying.